the key guy in the game was Jarace Walker. He came in and he just played exceptionally well. He made open shots. He made the right pass at the right time. He defended. He rebounded, and he was the biggest plus we had on the team tonight. So, congratulations to him. He's really worked extraordinarily hard to position himself to be ready for an opportunity like this. And this is not easy. This is a team of Hall of Famers, and a bunch of hungry guys, and they're playing for a lot, just like we are. So, really happy for him.
I guess to start and delve in a little bit further, I mean, just what do you like about just the defense presence you had? I mean, there wasn't an easy matchup on the board tonight.
Well, after last night in a game that was so physical, and losing Aaron, we needed physicality. And so, I had decided he was going to play sometime relatively early in the first half. I think he got into the end of the first quarter. And he flowed well with the game. And defensively, he watches very closely. And when we have prep sessions and the coaches quiz our guys, he's very frequently the guy that jumps up with the answer right away. I mean, he's a sharp kid, and so this was terrific. There were a couple of passes that he made that show you how special, he's going to be in this league.
Ben Shepherd obviously, comes in, starts with a tough assignment. It seemed like he really rebounded, basically when he came back in the second half after getting some, foul trouble early. What did you like about just his response? He was plus 13 as well, I think at 7.5.
Yeah. Well, here's your first NBA start. You're guarding Paul George, on the road in a game that's, super meaningful. I mean, that's tough. And, Paul got it going at the beginning of our last game. And, Shep stayed in front of him, but he just shot over him to start the game. He didn't play much in the first half. Second half, we needed him. He came in there. And Shep's experience, the fact he's a 4-year guy, all that kind of stuff, it's a lot easier to bounce back when you've been through some of the highs and lows in college too. So, look, our entire roster played well. I thought Myles Turner was spectacular in this game. Hit the three to start second half, went from 3 to 6. Had a lot of big plays around the rim. He protected it. He rebounded, so, and then, Tyrese and Pascal were, ham and egging it back and forth, and that was really key. So a lot of good things. We got to get our bearings and, get ready to get back on the plane tomorrow and one more stop on the trip.
To start a couple of those stars you just mentioned, Tyrese, Pascal, and Myles. I guess how helpful was it for you guys to play in the same place 2 nights in a row? Ty hit a couple big ones at the end and last night to get you back in it. What do you think that did for him to get him started 5 of 5 today?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Ty's scoring. People got to quit talking about that. The guy's a great point guard, maybe the best point guard in the world. And so, the important thing is that he's doing the things that are necessary to help our team win. And then, he's going to have some big scoring nights. And then sometimes Pascal's going to have big scoring nights. And then, sometimes Myles is going to have 30 points. You just don't know. We've got to get off the whole narrative that any of this is about Ty scoring. It's about our team, and it's about what his job is to do, which is to lead and to score if necessary, but to always keep pace in the game and always keep his teammates involved, which he always does.
Rick, what do you think the team's resiliency through both wins and losses can ultimately mean in the grand scheme of things?
What was that?
The team's resiliency this season through wins and losses. What do you think that can mean for the grand scheme of things?
It's just your compete level and your competitive edge is a muscle, really, that you have to exercise and you have to learn to keep it all the time. It's hard. It's hard, especially with a young team. I mean, they have probably the most experienced team in the league, and we have one of the youngest teams in the league. So we had to keep energy in the game tonight, and we've learned from a lot of the ups and downs. And so, look, with 9 or 10 games left, whatever it is, there will be more. But this was a really good good test tonight. Answering the challenge, of a tough back-to-back after what happened last night. That wasn't any fun. And so we get out of here with a split, and that's okay. That's good.
Coach, how do you prepare those guys, for back-to-back games like this, both mentally and physically? What's the training routine like for the back-to-back game?
Well, we get as much rest as we can. We have a meeting at the hotel. We walk through a few things. We talk about the game plan, and we get ready to go.
I know you didn't want to talk about last night defensively, but to come back tonight, put in the effort that you guys put in on that end, it goes beyond just not fouling. Like, how happy were you with the way you guys played on that end tonight?
Yeah, it was. I didn't look at the quarter scores. 34 in the first, not great. Then 28, 27, 27. I mean, those are winning numbers. So, look, our guys they're understanding how hard it is on the road. And look, we played the Clippers last time. They embarrassed us, in our own building, and it wasn't any fun. And that game kind of signaled, us making a real change with our emphasis on defense. The next day we had a late practice, we had a contact practice, and we started the journey of becoming a better team and really began the long road. And so, we've shown signs of real progress. The game last night was a step back, but in the NBA, there's always another game coming, so you have an opportunity. But our attitude is good, and so, this was a terrific bounce back tonight.
Opened up for you. It seemed like just the pick and roll game was working out pretty good.
It's been aggressive. I think I was a little hesitant in the past, just my threes over the past couple of games, but just no conscience tonight. Just letting it go. I work on my shot, too much not to trust it, and teammates would gas me up, and coach running plays for me, so it made my life easier.
How much did you guys having that kind of shooting night open up everything? How much did this feel like the way that you guys want your offense to run?
Well, I know I'm definitely a weapon because even when I'm not shooting, I can space the floor and open up the lane for my teammates and help them make plays. So it's just trying to play off everybody and just make the right reads.
So when did you guys do that to collectively also? Not just you, but I think 7 to 20, 8 to 3 to see everybody start to really find the range from outside.
Well, I think a lot of it starts with Ty. I think he's really found his confidence over these last couple of games. It's been good to see him happy again and just back into it. One thing I really respect about Ty is that he doesn't really let a lot of the media or attention like that stuff get to him. People are trying to make graphics and memes and all that crazy stuff of him missing shots, but he's it happens to every player in the course of a season. So he really stayed the course and he's continuing to lead.
Were you in his ear when he was struggling to shoot? Were you in his ear at all?
No, absolutely not. There was enough people in his ear. He's got great people in his corner, and I think that he was able to work himself out of it.
We talked about Jarace a few times. How impressive was his performance tonight, stepping up when you guys, obviously both him and Ben, step up tonight when you guys had Aaron out?
Again, I'm not surprised. Jarace is someone who's really been ready all season when his number was called. Again, I think his confidence is just years beyond, what a rookie's is in a sense. And I think he comes here, has great vision, makes good plays, defends, big body, and all that's 20 years old. So I think the sky's the limit for him.
High flying guy now. Congrats.
Hey, I'm learning from the best, you feel me?
Not me.
Come on, man, that's you.
What it feel like to be in the air like that and just dunk on somebody? What it feel like? Come on, I need to know.
I don't know, man. It's a
But
new
it's
territory for me.
Pascal's mindset.
It's a new territory,
New
I'm
territory.
still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You can teach me a thing or two,
Probably got more body than me.
All right, we good.
Come on, let's get it.
All right, yeah, Pascal, obviously going from 36 to 31, it seemed like you let him the mid-range a little bit more and step out a little more. Obviously, what do you feel like just for you all around?
Yeah, just whatever is open out there. I think obviously taking pride in being a 3-level kind of player, and they did some decent job just taking me out, kind of like going to the rim, just taking the shots that's there. and I'm comfortable with those shots. So it's going to look different every night, and I think for me it's just a matter of just having that energy and just continue to play through what we do.
It's been a while since you guys have had an outside three-point shooting like you did tonight. I mean, just how much did that change everything, open thing up, and get to play at that pace and get some?
That felt good because obviously we've been like getting to the paint a lot more, a lot better, and I think that today like we was getting the paint, but also we got some threes, which is always nice. Ty, with the threes when he's shooting like that, like we kind of like really hard to beat. So it was good for us.
What's the impact you think your presence has had on Tyrese?
I mean, I think just like releasing a little bit of pressure off him. Like just knowing that you have somebody out there that can get to
Score the ball every time he wants.
Somebody that can get to it. Like
Get to it for real. My bad.
and like just we want to get to the paint. Like I'm good at that. He's a great passer. So just continue to just help him out and yeah, just do it my way.
What do you like about playing with him?
I love how unselfish he is, plays fast. Obviously, make threes. Like he's just a smart basketball player. And I think our chemistry is just getting better. Learning from each other. We always talk, trying to figure out ways to get better. And again, it's going to take time to form. But I love what I'm seeing. I love playing with him. Just how effortless it looks out there for him. And he can get everyone, make everyone better. So that's always what you want from a leader.
Was tonight the closest to what you expected this to look like? I guess.
No, it was a good night. Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. We had some good stuff defensively. We played well against a really good team. And those are going to be the challenges for us, as we go into the playoffs. So we just want to continue to learn, continue to get better. And I was telling Ty just, even when he was going through the stretch, like whatever, missing shots, just think about April, May, and June. Like that's where we want to be our best, and pick at the right time, and that's what we got to focus on.
What do you think you guys just clicked over defensively? I mean, you mentioned that end. It's those are a lot of tough covers.
Yeah, no, a lot of good individual players, like tough covers, but I think we got to do it together. Like not one player can do it. I thought we even on some of the doubles that we had, we rotated well. Making the other guys shoot, but contesting really hard. So that's kind of like how you got to play those guys because they're so talented.
You only had 24 hours to put behind you, giving up 150 in regulation. How did you guys do that so quickly? And how happy are you with the way that you did it?
We had no choice. We had a game the next day, so just got to get to it. I think obviously we watched film, things that we knew that we could get better on. We watched 20, 30 points that we felt like we kind of gave them the game before. So just coming into this game, we wanted to just take those away, communicate better, which I thought we did.
Can you talk a little about Jarace? Obviously, these guys, a lot of tough covers out there between George and Harden and Kawhi and everything like that. Obviously, you had to go and take a bunch of those. What did you feel like you did just well defensively? Was like just kind of get thrown in there after not playing last night and have to take on some of those?
I feel like the main thing was just kind of staying in front, staying solid, not trying to reach too much or gamble, just trying to keep a good distance between me and them and stay between them and the basket.
What's obviously offensively, I think 7 assists, and obviously that's a big part of your game and what you do. But just how pleased were you with this way we were able to move the ball and find some guys tonight?
I mean, they make it easier, especially when they're making shots like that. So, especially when we play with a good team that can score the ball, they're ready for the passes, and we just play together. So, playing with guys like that makes it easy and fun too.
Rick started the presser saying the key to the game was Jarace Walker. How does that make you feel?
Oh, man, I appreciate that, but I feel like just being able to continue to work and gain his confidence to me is big. So for him to say that definitely means a lot.
But in a way, you had what this team needed tonight. Without Aaron, the length that you could provide, but also the playmaking. And then you start the third quarter. What was said there at halftime when he said he wanted you to be in that starting group at third?
I mean, exactly what you just said. So he wanted me to be in the starting group. So just always being ready. Like you said, you never know which night will be your night. So always staying ready, maintaining your abilities, and just keeping that confidence up even when you're not playing.
Offense is one thing, but to be guarding Paul one possession, Kawhi the next, I mean, is that kind of all you've ever dreamt about?
I mean, I was going to say, like, it was fun just being able to be in that position because, I mean, as a kid, especially hooping, like, those are the type of players you watch, the Paul Georges, the Kawhis, especially James Harden, just people like that, such talented basketball players. So just being able to guard them and have fun with it was just made it a lot of fun out there.
I want to ask you about each of the buckets you made too. Obviously, the 2 threes and the dunk. Just what how do each of those sort of plays work out in your mind, I guess, and what did it, how much did each kind of build, confidence for you as you got going and, got into your game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my jump shot is something that I've been working on so much since I've got here. So when the defense goes under screens on the first one, I try to step back, knock it down, and then tie through a great pass in the corner, and then just running the floor. PJ found me wide open dunk. So just being able to run the floor, always stay ready with those guys, because they'll find you early, they'll find you late. So just always keep your hands ready and just be ready to knock down the shots.
You guys go, I think, 17 of 28 from three tonight, and there have been some struggles shooting the three ball. What do you think it just meant for you guys? How much did it, how much did you guys operate the way you want to, based on the fact that the shots were going in and everything else opens up?
Yeah, I mean, it was big, especially when we're hitting shots we're hard to defend. So with our movement, the way we just play the pace game, just get up and down the floor, and then when we're making shots, we're 10 times more dangerous. So, I mean, you guys seen that tonight.
People slept on your game early on, like especially in college, because like I noticed right away what your offensive ability brought.
Yeah.
You feel like you got slept on, and I feel like now people are really starting to recognize it right now.
I mean, it's not their fault. I feel like I didn't fully showcase what I could do at the college level. So being able to play this game and be an open floor, especially with high-level talented players, you really have to play your game to stand out. So I feel like that's kind of what I did, and that's kind of what I'm continuing to do.
Just how much did that open up everything else, and how much did it feel like everything was operating the way you wanted it to tonight?
Yeah, I think just coming into tonight, we knew, with how much these guys switch, that we get a lot of good looks, causing confusions and just running. They beat us pretty bad at the crib, so, we understood that and wanted to come on and be prepared tonight.
Obviously, you start 5 of 5. I guess, for one thing, was it helpful to have been here last night? I mean, were you able to get kind of a rhythm and a sense of this place? And I guess, were you able to kind of continue some momentum for that? And how good did it feel to knock down 5 in a row?
I mean, I would just say I was getting good looks and they were just falling. Law of averages, it's going to start balancing out. Shots going to start falling like it always has. So I'm not really concerned about that. I love playing in this arena. Obviously the history behind it, but it's just one of my favorite arenas to play in. So it was a good game for us.
How different is the way teams are defending you now versus the start of the year?
I mean, there's mixing coverages in, but I feel like it's more me versus me, to be honest. Like, I feel like I'm just missing shots versus making shots. I feel like it's more on me. Like, kudos to all the defenders in the league and all the genius minds there are and coverages and stuff, but I think it's more just on me right now. So, I mean, I feel like I'm getting the shots I want, and they'll start falling.
On top of that, though, I mean, you're playing with Pascal now, who's a scorer. So your game's going to change a little bit. Like, how do you know when you have turned the corner back in the direction you want to go in?
I mean, I really don't. Like, I don't know if there's like a specific shot or a specific moment that could tell me that. I think just, for me, it's just being as aggressive as I can opens up everything, because once I'm scoring, then teams got to be honest there, and that allows me to really facilitate and do what I do best. So, just keeping defenses honest, I think, is the biggest thing.
So where do you think the team's resiliency comes from?
I think we just got a young group. We just got a young group who understands the importance of these games, and obviously coming off a bad loss yesterday, wanted to respond the right way here tonight, and I think that's the biggest thing for us. We just have a good understanding of what's happened in the past and approaching those games the right way, so I thought we did a great job with that today.
What do you think that can mean playoff time?
Huh?
What do you think that can mean come playoff?
Just responding the right way. I mean, obviously the way playoff series are, they're up and down. You could have a big win or a big loss at home or at their crib, and then you just got to figure it out to respond the right way. So, I'm excited about that.
What you said pregame, the thing that stuck out about you at Team USA was you smiled all the time. Where did that come from?
I just have fun playing basketball. I think I'm at my best when it's that way. When shit gets bad, like, I just got to stay there, because when I'm having fun, enjoying what I do, like, I feel like I'm at my best. And our team's at our best. So, I think it just comes from my pops, and just, if you know my dad, it's no surprise why I'm like this.
When you go through some shooting struggles, where do you find that joy? Is it still there? Are you still trying to find it in that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I'm asking myself the same thing. I think at the end of the day, it's just like self-reflection and just understand, like, where I am, all the things that I've done, and, like, I look around and look at just the basic thing of, like, my house. Like, I grew up in a house barely 1,000 square feet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like blessed to be in this position. So, just having good use of that.
Speaking of joy, I think some of the biggest smiles were when you were watching the early fourth quarter with Pascal and two rookies and Jalen and TJ. I don't think they played a minute together. What stood out about that stretch?
It was exciting. I thought they did a good job of making them run, controlling the pace there. I thought we did a really good job with that. TJ obviously getting up and down the floor, and Pascal dunked it. So, he told me he couldn't dunk anymore. So that's why I was excited. Yeah.
What is Pascal and Myles in particular seemed like they were doing exactly what you have them out there to do. Obviously, Myles hitting the pick and pop threes, and Pascal doing sort of everything there. Just what impressed you about each of those guys, and how much did they open up everything else?
Yeah, I just thought we did a good job of keeping the defense honest. Like Zubac was in kind of a drop throughout the night, and we did a good job. We got him in foul trouble early, so I think that made him think twice about the way he was defending, and it allowed me to get space and pick and roll. And then once I hit a couple shots, now they got to be honest there, and leaves Myles open and leaves Pascal open for cuts and all those things. So I thought we just did a good job of keeping the defense honest and attacking them, getting downhill. That was really the biggest thing.
With Aaron out, you guys needed a lot from the rookies. Jarace in particular, just what impressed you about those guys, and what's impressed you about Jarace in terms of just how he's handled his role, his season, not knowing when he's going to play and when he isn't?
I just am excited that he's handling it the right way. I think the biggest thing for our young guys and really just our team as a whole is just staying ready whenever that happens. So I think you saw with Isaiah, in Detroit, coming off games where he's not really playing, gets thrown in the Detroit game, responds the right way. I think that's a perfect example on how to be a pro, and I think we got a lot of guys following that. And I think Jarace is our latest example in a world that when you're a first-round pick, they expect you to have all the success, play a bunch early. I think that he's really blocked out the noise. He's went to the G League, paid his dues, played the right way, and just asked a ton of questions, gets better every day. Same with Shep. What I can really appreciate those guys is their willingness to learn and not letting this world that demands, immediate success really get to them. They're just doing a good job of staying true to them.